we're here at Global Pet. I'm in the JBJ booth. I've just met you for the first time, Chris, and I hear you're the shrimp king.
I crowned myself because I could not wait that you do it because you took too long time.
I didn't know. So
and that's why.
What are you doing here? What do you do?
I'm in the shrimp business now for 20 plus years because I was so busy with Europe. Because in Europe, I started in Germany, then I went to Poland, France, etc., and kept me busy. And 5 years ago, approximately, I came over because I saw that you need some support.
You just said 20 years.
20 plus years, yes.
Playing with these shrimp.
Yeah.
And I just found out about them 2 years, 3 years ago as far as shrimp, and I've started bringing them into my store, and I've been trying to learn about them. And I see that you have some products that's going to probably help me do a lot better with these guys.
Of course, because shrimp are not fish. Most people and most companies also confuse that. They think, well, we'll put a shrimp on the cover of the food and it will be okay. But no, shrimp eat totally different. Also in the habitats. I've been in China and Taiwan, Indonesia, everywhere to look at the habitat because if you want to know about animals, you should look at the habitat. And shrimp are mainly feeding on detritus, on leaves, and the bacteria, and different than fish. You know?
And like some of the biofilms?
Exactly. And this is what we are trying to do with the food. You know, we have different types of food. We have a lot of different types. You don't need all of them because you don't feed all of them at the same moment. I always recommend like 3 basics plus the mineral. And then you can say, okay, for example, you have the 3 basics, then I take the protein. Why the protein? The protein, if you want to reproduce them a lot. Then the females need more protein.
You have these foods here?
Of course.
Can we take a look?
Of course.
Awesome.
So we have here, this is not the whole range that we have, but if you see here, this is the protein I just talked about. And the people ask me, okay, so now I have the basics. So why I would need more stuff? And here, the protein, for example, protein is a complicated thing because if you have too much protein in a food, like a lot of fish food, like particularly food,
they try to drive the protein way up.
That is not good.
It's like
in
too
fact,
much
because it's too much, and they start having these extra molds, and then
you don't want them to mold a lot because that's stressful on them.
No, you have to feed that in the right time when they are breeding, for example. Then they need, of course, because they reproduce more protein, and then you can feed a little bit more protein. But I would not feed food that has a too high protein.
And then these are all different types of foods then. So
exactly. The
algae
mineral,
pods.
Here you have the mineral because the shrimp takes just a certain part of minerals out of the water through the gills.
And this is a mineral food?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So mineral, and then you have algae pops, color, of course, because some people, they don't think shrimp are enough colorful, which I think they are great, but they want more color. Okay, then we give them more color. The complete is missing, the 5-in-1 is missing because we sold out. Then you have the baby. And this is something you have to know. Shrimp, little baby tiny shrimp are territorial. That means if you have them in an aquarium, in one corner, they will not go to the other corner to feed. They
I never would have thought that.
So the shrimp baby spreads all over the tank.
Yes.
And another thing that helps there is the bee salt. And here, the salt is not for the shrimps themselves, it's for the bacteria and for the microorganisms. They feed on the salt, and then the shrimp feed on them.
So it helps with the whole ecosystem.
With the babies, for example, if you have a lot of babies, you put this in the water, and then the babies can feed on the film, the microorganism film everywhere, because it sits on the glass, on the rocks, on the plants.
Somebody was trying to explain to me the KH relationship to some of the different types of fish, saying that some of them have different KH requirements. What is the general KH that I would want to test for and target in a normal shrimp tank using you pronounce it neocardina?
Neocardina, you have, well, in the dwarf shrimp you have 2 types, and in fact 3 types. You have the caridina, like the bee shrimp. You have the neocardina, like the cherry shrimp. And you have Sulawesi, which is totally apart, because Sulawesi shrimp, we have also it's also out of.
What shrimp is this one?
This is a bee shrimp. Bee shrimps, they like to have conductivity and a pH from 5.8 to 6.4.
So a little bit lower than my normal fish.
Yeah, and the conductivity from 40 30, 40 to 170.
What does that relate to on the regular KH scale, like the carbonate hardness scale from 0 to 10?
In my view, the carbonates doesn't play such a big
not
role.
as important. It's more about
the fish different. Okay.
Okay.
But like I said,
for the shrimp.
I would rather go for conductivity.
Okay.
And for the pH. This is
Okay.
some 2 points that I believe in shrimp are more important, and maybe some other stuff that we still not understand
Right.
that is important for shrimp.
But the pH a lot lower than what I'm used to, so a
Yes.
lower pH.
Yes.
So obviously I've got a lot to learn about shrimp.
Well, I published like 30 books.
Okay, great.
And maybe half of them about shrimp.
And so on the books, where do I go to get that? Is that something I can go online to order,
you can have
or I
them
can buy
online.
them, or
Yeah,
how does
you
that
can.
work?
Most of them are unfortunately sold out, and I will not
Okay.
reprint. But
Okay.
I would recommend you. I have a magazine. It's called Breeders and Keepers.
Okay.
And it's all about shrimp. It's a big magazine.
Yes.
And there I collected the experience of 60 breeders.
Okay,
And put them
nice.
in interviews.
Wow.
And I asked everyone the same question, so you can compare how they
Right.
do it.
And that's something that I can access. I assume you have a website.
No.
Where do I get that information? Do I order it direct from you? How do I get
you
those?
can get these books in Amazon or on.
So I just
on
go to
JBJ.
Amazon.
Maybe JBJ still has some.
Okay.
And you probably check there.
And
but
what's the-
also on Amazon you can find some of the.
What
books.
is the name of the book again?
One of the
the
magazines
magazine?
that I would recommend you
Yes.
to start with? It's called Breeders and Keepers.
Breeders.
The Shrimp magazine.
Breeders
Yeah,
and
Breeders
Keepers.
and Keepers. Yeah.
That's
it's a big
awesome.
magazine like that.
Yes.
And has no advertising and just good
Just
pictures
good
and
information.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Like that.
Well, I look
That's-
forward to getting that.
Yeah. So this is what I recommend, because there you can compare how other breeders do it,
Okay.
not only me, because I have just my experience
Yes.
from one person, and
Yes.
what I hear from others. But you want to know a lot.
So
from
it's a
different
collaboration
sources.
of all these different ones.
I put it all together in
Yes.
one book. Yeah. So
Beautiful.
Because I thought it might be interesting.
Well, I've been wanting to learn more about them. I've been trying to learn a little bit each year, and obviously we've got some products here that's going to help me do what I need to do. And I really appreciate you showing me this. I hear that we're going to be able to get this through my standard distributor, so we're going to be
Yes.
ordering it up very soon.
And for the bee shrimp, for example, you have this soil. This
Okay.
is- I would not use it with the neocardina. I would use it with the caridina. This is earth, like
Right.
they used in the past in Japan for the rice fields.
Okay.
And then it was discovered that it also buffers the pH from, if you put this in
Yes.
with RO water and
Yes.
the mineral salt, you will have exactly 6.2, 6.4.
Okay, right where we need it.
Yeah.
And you just told me not the neocardina shrimp,
No, I would not put the
but
neos
for
there.
the
caridina.
and
For
which
the
are
bee shrimp.
and that's the bee shrimp.
Yeah, the bee shrimp is this one.
Yes.
That's a bee shrimp.
Okay.
Caridina logemani.
Okay.
That's the Latin
I've
name.
I
I
so
always use
what
the
so
Latin
so
names.
like the little blue shrimp here. What kind of shrimp is that?
This is Neocaridina davidi.
So that's a neocardina.
That's a Neocaridina. But that's just to have different pictures so that people
Yeah.
don't confuse the
The crystal
type.
the crystal shrimp is a
It's a bee shrimp.
It's a bee shrimp.
The history of the crystal shrimp and the bee shrimp is that the name crystal bee was protected in Japan.
Okay.
So the other breeders had to find a new name for their shrimp, so they chose bee shrimp. But
Okay.
in fact, it's the same animal. It's
Okay.
just that it was a copyright issue.
Okay. Well, I've heard they gave me some information of where I can order some of these shrimp too, and
Yes.
we have shrimp in the store already, but obviously we need to learn a lot more about them. We'll be bringing in these new foods, so that's awesome, and I
And if
really
you-
appreciate that.
If you need support with that,
Yes.
let me know.
Okay, great. And I'll of course get your contact information.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this with us.
You're welcome.
All right, wonderful.
fun.
Perfect. Good job.